Hello there, my friends. Chris Marcus here with StockPulse today at the Sprott Symposium on Thursday, July 19th, and we're fortunate to have a couple guests here today. Mickey Fulp, the mercenary geologist at mercenarygeologist.com, and also to my right here is Andy Schectman, owner of Miles Franklin. And gentlemen, we've seen a lot of great coverage of precious metals today and would love to know what's your forecast, what you're seeing, and what should investors know for the second half of 2018?
Now, so for 2 months now, I said the price of gold's going down, and there's been reasons for that. The strength of the U.S. dollar, negative correlation is almost perfect since about mid-April or something like that. And then we're faced with the seasonality of gold and low demand summer doldrums. So very predictable that we would hit a seasonal low, if not a year low, and we actually hit the year low for gold. We keep hitting it, and we did once again today. So very predictable.
Right.
You know, along with that type of sentiment, Mickey and Chris, what we're also seeing in this industry, I would characterize in one word, and that's capitulation. 2017 was a year that was unlike any I'd ever seen. People selling instead of buying, and really to great degrees. As I was saying in the presentation I gave yesterday, however, what I take great comfort in and solace in is the positioning of the most sophisticated, well-funded, well-informed traders on the globe. J.P. Morgan, Ted Butler has done an amazing job of evidencing their accumulations in their house account. Currently, he estimates they have over 800 million ounces of physical silver in their house account and over 20 million ounces of gold in their house account. In total, over $40 billion worth of physical metal that they've accumulated as the market has drifted lower. Classic misdirection, big money taking advantage of a soft market and pickpocketing things on the way down. So to me, I look at this as normal market movement. A little depressing if you own it, but if you're buying it, it's a heck of a good deal.
Yeah, and I'm curious, what do you, when clients ask what's going on, and certainly we've seen this environment for the past 7 years where there's a lot of fundamentals supporting that metals might go higher. What do you tell people in terms of the mindset of, is it just a matter of being patient? What do you see going forward based on where we're at now?
Well, yeah, absolutely. You have to have patience. You also have to have strong fingertips. You have to be able to hang on and trust your gut and trust your conviction. It's very difficult when you're involved in a market that is flooded with counterintuitive nature. And I think that in the end, the mathematics will work out. I always point to one simple fact. I say, look, how big is the problem that we're facing? You can point to many different metrics, but talk about the debt. A trillion seconds ago was 31,688 years ago. And we have a $22 trillion debt and $150 trillion in unfunded liabilities. Gold at these levels below the cost of production, silver and platinum below the cost of production represent, as far as I'm concerned, a life raft on sale. So yeah, it hasn't been fun to be part of a market that's drifted lower over the last couple of years, but actually I'm rather optimistic going forward on many levels. Very, very optimistic.
And Mickey, your
well,
I'd
like to weigh in on that, and I love this market. I love the summertime when gold dips to yearly or seasonal lows. I love it when equities that are involved in gold exploration or mining dip to their 52 weeks lows, because that's a buying opportunity. You know, it's always been curious to me. You know, I grew up in the heartland, and I actually grew up about 50 miles from the headquarters of Walmart, where it was founded, when it went from a Ben Franklin store to a Walmart. And you know, they used to have the rollback prices, rollback Fridays or something, and we loved that in my little town in the Ozarks of Missouri, because Walmart came in with a different model, small town thing. So we put a Walmart in a town with 6,000 people. So we love sales at Walmart. Why don't we love sales as a human species when things like real money are on sale, which is gold, or gold stock equities are on sale? Those are the times we need to be buying them. This is about patience, as Andy has said, and it's about contrarianism. And you know, Rick Rule, who's the sponsor of this conference at Sprott says to be a contrarian, you have to have patience, and that's a very true phrase.
And certainly in this market.
And to be able to buy when things are cheaper on sale. He says that all the time. And that's a tough thing to do, but it's probably the smartest thing to do, that's for sure.
Yeah, he said, do you want to be a contrarian or do you want to be a victim? And really, that's what it's all about.
Right. Okay, so along with gold, which is obviously on people's mind, we also have the precious metals, silver, platinum, palladium. What are your thoughts on the markets for those? Is it a similar scenario where this is a buying opportunity? But what are you seeing there?
I think that there's a real opportunity in trading palladium for platinum. If you looked over the last 35, 40 years, there's been virtually no opportunities where you could trade your palladium for platinum. In fact, it was the opposite. 1 ounce of platinum over the last 30 or 40 years would have bought you 3 to 4 ounces of palladium. Now it's upside down and completely inverse of that. So 1 ounce of platinum is actually worth less than 1 ounce of palladium. This is a highly, highly unusual environment. One that I would say is, if you look at what I have done over the last 30 years that has been successful, in every single case it's been exploiting anomalies, and this is an anomaly that you don't see very often, if ever, really. So trading palladium for platinum right now is amongst the top of my choices.
Right. Mickey?
Well, I don't own any palladium, but I do own lots of platinum, and I've been buying platinum almost exclusively for about 3 years now, and it goes exactly what Andy is saying. Platinum's been on sale. Right now, the platinum to gold ratio as of today is at an all-time historic low since gold was floated against the dollar in 1971. It's about 0.68. So from that point of view, platinum is probably actually, in my mind, the precious metal of choice right now. It is the second most precious metal in the fact that about 60% is used in investment and jewelry demand. The only metal of the four that is higher, of course, is gold at 90%. But actually, what I'm doing right now, and I bought a couple ounces of gold from Andy this morning, but that's just because I've accumulated a stash of platinum, and if the anomaly continues, I'll move back into buying more platinum.
Right. And of course, I couldn't let both of you go without getting comments on the silver market that I know a lot of people who are here at the conference and watching at home are interested in. And especially interesting because I think you guys have a little bit of a different view on the silver market. So Andy, why don't we start with you on silver?
Mickey thinks that platinum is the most undervalued commodity on the planet. I have a hard time disagreeing. I put silver right up there with it. To me, silver is as undervalued of an investment as anything I have ever seen. Both it and platinum are priced below the cost of production. But for me, the reason I favor silver is the positioning of J.P. Morgan. They've amassed 8 times what the Hunt brothers tried to corner in 1980, over 800 million ounces of physical silver. They've proven they don't need to accumulate the physical in order to control the paper price. So as far as I'm concerned, doing what the big boys are doing in an undervalued commodity that has unlimited uses industrially, I think it's very important. To me, I think it's a buying opportunity of a generation.
Okay, and Mickey, your thoughts on silver?
Well, I've never been a silver bug, and I often have negative things to say about silver. But with a gold to silver ratio just under 80 right now, that is also presents a buying opportunity in silver, because the normalization of that, which will happen at some point, it will go back down into that 50 to 60 range, and we've done all those distribution curves, and so if I was buying silver right now, I would be buying it with the idea that when that ratio normalizes, I sell all my silver and turn it back into real money, which is gold, folks. There's nothing but gold is real money, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's interesting to hear some of these relationships between the different metals, because I think if you're coming from the perspective that the dollar isn't so strong, there are choices out there and you can find what fits you best. Andy, I believe you offer the ability, if people have gold or whichever metal, you do offer swaps at Miles Franklin, so if they want to trade into anything else?
We do. We offer swaps. We'll send a pre-addressed UPS air bill to their house. The UPS will come and pick up the package right from their front door, send it into us, and we'll swap either, platinum from palladium, platinum from gold, silver from gold, whatever clients want to do. We're more than happy to help, absolutely.
Right, so if you're ready to actually buy precious metals, we can find Andy over at milesfranklin.com. And if you're looking for some more insight and explanation and analysis of the markets, Mickey, we can find you at the Mercenary Geologist. And anything else you'd like to share today?
Well, I'm going to do the wrap here, my standard wrap. I want to thank the guys from Miles Franklin. Andy, it's a pleasure. Chris, thanks a lot for moderating a couple of old guys here who've been around. And the thing I find refreshing about what Andy does is we think alike. We're looking at these ratios. Folks, that's it from the Mercenary Geologist and Miles Franklin. Ciao for now.